Hybrid breeding in aquaculture. Hybrid species in aquaculture are generally bred to grow larger and faster. However, the purpose of this hybrid fish is purely for its delicious taste. This is the rainbow tilapia. At first glance, it seems like something you've neither eaten nor seen before. In fact, it has been enjoyed by the older generations of many families. The rainbow tilapia goes by many names. It's called Nile red, pearl beauty, and another name that immediately reveals its origin, red tilapia. To put it simply, it's just a tilapia with a new skin. It can be said that there is no red tilapia on the market with a pure lineage. Red tilapia doesn't refer to just one type of tilapia. In general, any warm-colored tilapia can be called red tilapia. The most common colors are red, yellow, and white. Theoretically, most tilapia species can be crossbred to produce these colors. Every spring, when the water temperature exceeds 20 degrees Celsius, workers at breeding farms begin matchmaking. They scoop up mature broodstock from the ponds and screen them uniformly. A qualified brood fish not only needs to have a good physique, but its body must also be proportionate, free of injuries, and meet specific color standards. For example, broodstock with blemishes would be immediately eliminated at strict breeding farms. From a certain perspective, white tilapia is not necessarily healthy. The first rainbow tilapia that opened up the red tilapia market was the result of a cross between a female white tilapia and a male Nile tilapia. This is why, in some places, red tilapia is called Nile red, because it takes after its father. In the wild, being white is not advantageous for animals. It significantly decreases their safety. Tilapia with sharp instincts likely wouldn't choose a white partner. If their offspring were all white, they might be eaten shortly after hatching, resulting in wasted effort. But things are different at fish farms. The fish are responsible for their appearance, while the workers take care of raising them. Both the males and females are white. Romance isn't necessary, they're just matched together. Once the workers confirm the body shape is suitable, they begin to differentiate between male and female fish, based on the characteristic of 2 spots for males and 3 spots for females on their abdomen. They separate the sexes to prevent too many males and too few females from causing competition among the male fish. Workers generally assign 3 to 4 girlfriends for each male fish. This ensures the females can all receive equal attention, while the males won't have the energy to look elsewhere. Additionally, these male fish aren't ordinary male fish. This type of tilapia matures relatively early. Some varieties can begin reproducing within 2 to 3 months. Once they join the reproductive process, it becomes nearly impossible for them to grow larger. Male tilapia, on the other hand, are different. They release sperm several times a year, which doesn't significantly affect them. The rest of their energy is focused on growing. Not only do they grow faster, but they also develop larger bodies. As a result, fish farms that aim to make money generally don't want female tilapia. So how can they ensure that all fry are male? The secret lies in the male broodstock. These males are specially bred and carry manipulated sex chromosomes. If their partner can lay eggs, all offspring produced will be male. Workers place the selected broodstock into mating tanks. Before long, they begin to mate. Among all fish species, female tilapia are undoubtedly the most hardworking and responsible mothers. However, their tireless efforts end up benefiting humans. From time to time, workers reach into the breeding tanks, inspect the mouths of the female fish, and extract any eggs they find. In the wild, the rapid population growth of tilapia is not only due to their strong adaptability to the environment, but also closely linked to the female's diligence and maternal instincts. In tropical regions, they can reproduce year-round. Some varieties can even reproduce monthly, laying hundreds of eggs each time. After laying the eggs, the females carry and protect them, keeping the fertilized eggs in their mouths. They care for the eggs until they hatch, and only leave once the fry can live independently. This greatly increases the survival rate of the fry, allowing them to prepare for the next reproductive cycle. It is this incredible sense of responsibility that has allowed tilapia to thrive in the rivers and lakes of southern regions. To reduce the burden on female tilapia and improve hatch rates, dedicated workers separate the mothers from their eggs. They place the eggs into incubation trays, where they hatch over about 7 days. In this controlled environment, the workers determine when the fry will emerge. The hatching time is closely related to the water temperature. In general, at temperatures between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, the higher the temperature, the shorter the hatching time. To simulate the feeling of being in the mother's mouth, workers ensure that the temperature is just right, and provide gentle water currents and ample oxygen. After a few days, the fry begin to emerge one by one, following the water flow into the nursery pond. Newly hatched fry rely on their yolk sacs for nutrition. Once the yolk sacs are consumed, workers transfer the fry to larger nursery ponds and feed them specialized feed. It must be said that tilapia are champions of environmental adaptability. The fry are incredibly resilient, with over 90% surviving the breeding process and leaving the hatchery alive. These pink fry are incredibly beautiful. Their appearance rivals that of many expensive ornamental fish, without falling short in any way. Unfortunately, fate has played a cruel joke on them. For these fish, beauty serves no real purpose. They are ultimately destined to become fish meat. When the fry grow to around 2 to 3 centimeters in length, they are relocated to a new living environment. Workers scoop the fry into nets, pack them into oxygenated plastic bags, and transport them to their new home. On the other side, workers begin preparing the new habitat to welcome the incoming residents. Although tilapia have minimal water quality requirements, there are still risks associated with high-density farming. Before introducing the fry into the pond, the workers thoroughly clean it to prevent the spread of disease that could devastate the entire population. After the previous batch of fish leave, they inevitably leave behind some bacteria and debris. Workers drain the pond, clean out the remaining sludge, dry the pond, sprinkle quicklime to disinfect, and then refill it with fresh water, letting it sit for several days. Only when the water quality meets the required standards do they introduce the fry. Tilapia are highly alkaline resistant, and after salinity acclimation, can even live in seawater. Producing yields worth tens of thousands per acre is not just a slogan, but a reality of tilapia farming today. Compared to ordinary tilapia, red tilapia grow slightly slower, but their yield is no less impressive. Workers release fry into ponds at a density of 4,000 to 5,000 fish per acre. Although this may seem crowded, it is far more spacious than fish raised in tanks. In tanks with diameters of less than 10 meters, it's common for thousands of fish to coexist. For a fish at the bottom to reach the surface for a breath of air, it would have to pass through numerous walls of fish. With such high density, can these fish really survive? Don't underestimate red tilapia. They have an incredible ability to tolerate low oxygen levels, and short-term overcrowding is not an issue. However, prolonged exposure to low oxygen environments will weaken their health. To ensure their physical and mental well-being, workers maintain water visibility at around 20 to 30 centimeters. They improve water quality through integrated farming methods, such as co-culturing cleaner fish like grass carp. In high-density farming, especially during the hot summer months, oxygen depletion and disease outbreaks are common challenges. As a result, workers stay highly vigilant every day, feeding the red tilapia twice daily. The amount of feed is adjusted based on the water temperature and the fish's feeding behavior. Clearly, these fish have excellent appetites. The feed is eagerly devoured in a feeding frenzy. Tilapia are omnivorous fish. Regardless of their size, they prefer eating meat. These specially formulated feeds contain over 30% protein and emit a strong fishy aroma that the tilapia find irresistible. They have no resistance whatsoever. With the help of a nutrient-rich diet, red tilapia grow at a rate visible to the naked eye. However, compared to regular tilapia, their growth speed is still slower. Ordinary tilapia typically reach market size within 3 to 5 months, but red tilapia cannot. They use this extra time to develop finer, more tender meat compared to regular tilapia. As a result, red tilapia fry stocked in May or June typically cannot leave the farm by the end of the same year. This means that in regions outside the tropics, they must endure a harsh winter. For a tropical fish, this is a life-threatening challenge. Around November each year, workers begin preparing various insulation measures to deal with cold snaps. A common practice is to build a cold-proof shelter above the pond, ensuring the water temperature stays above 20 degrees Celsius, so the tilapia can survive the winter. After about 7 to 8 months in the pond, when they've grown to around 1 or 2 pounds, the red tilapia are ready for harvest. Thanks to careful feeding and management, red tilapia raised in outdoor ponds can yield about 6,000 to 7,000 pounds per acre. With a bold and skilled farmer, a yield worth tens of thousands per acre is no dream. Workers use nets to surround and capture the fish in the pond. In the past, harvesting from such large ponds relied entirely on manual labor, which was exhausting. Nowadays, with vehicles assisting the process, it takes less than half an hour to gather all the fish in one area. The workers then herd the fish into large holding nets. To keep them calm, they add ice to the nets. When tropical fish encounter the cold, they go into a stunned state, which is similar to playing dead. At this point, the fish lie still in the net, completely at the workers' disposal. Finally, the workers transfer the fish to aquatic transport trucks. Some are sent directly to nearby markets, while others are delivered to processing plants. There they are gutted, thoroughly cleaned, and marinated overnight in light salt water. The next day, the fish are vacuum sealed and sold as semi-finished products to consumers. It must be said, Red tilapia are a highly optimized variety of tilapia. Through hybrid breeding, most of the flaws of regular tilapia have been eliminated. They now boast an attractive red appearance, free of the unpleasant black membrane and muddy odor. Their meat is fresher, more tender, and has no fine, spiky bones. In every sense, they are the perfect, highly praised fish. If you haven't tried them yet, you should give them a taste. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.